What's going on, guys? We're hanging out in the Digital Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Jonathan Kegas. Thank you so much for hopping on YouTube, my Facebook page, and News 6 Plus. We are, again, coming at you live in the Digital Weather Center. We're going to start a new thing here. 10 o'clock, we're going to hang out, just chilling in the room, talking about the weather, giving you your weather kind of an hour early. If you are an early sleeper, I guess, if you go to bed early, and you don't stay up to the 11 o'clock news, want to give you the opportunity to get an in-depth and interactive look at the weather. So post in the comments if you have any questions, where you're tuning in from tonight. If you're on YouTube or Facebook this evening, we'll showcase some of those comments as we go forward in the show. Take a couple of breaks as we go. We'll go to about 10:20 or 10:30 through the evening, and then we'll gear up for the 11 o'clock news on News 6 itself. We'd love to have you join us over there on the actual television coming up at 11 for a little bit of a different flavor and some extra weather content, of course, on News 6 at 11. But just wanted to come here, hang out, show you a different kind of vantage point and really get hyper local. And I'll show you what I mean by that as we go forward here and then really go in depth. So again, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, please post in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and we will go from there. We'll see if we can get to your town across Central Florida. So first things first, I want to highlight kind of what we're talking about here. And if you've been outside, then you know that we have dealt with the clouds all day today. Just going to send of my other stream real quick so I can show you the weather computer, and then we will go from there. But nonetheless, there we go. Cold front moving through tonight. We had the clouds locked in, and we have the showers around. We had a good dose of rain come through. Relatively speaking, it is not going to help our little dry situation that we've gotten ourselves into. It is not going to help the crunchy lawns that are out there by any means. Nonetheless, we're trying. So that cold front moving through tonight, it is going to turn things pretty chilly over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, we're back in the 60s. Beyond the 7-day forecast, it is going to get really, really cold. We're going to take a look at the extended outlook going forward. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about a warmer weekend. So it's kind of that ups and downs. We've been dealing with that really for the last, better part of the winter so far. The ups and downs coming with this these warm-ups and then cool downs going forward. So want to get you to the radar, and things have calmed down. Again, it wasn't anything crazy this evening anyway, but we did have a couple of downpours, especially northwest of I-4 earlier this evening. And that's what we kind of have going on at this point. And this is what I was talking about by Hyperlocal. We're going to be able to bring you a bunch of different camera views brought up by with the help of WeatherStem. We have a bunch of their cameras, a huge network of cameras across Central Florida. So we're taking a look at Ponce Inlet at the top above my head. And then below my head is Haw Creek in Flagler County. So you can see some droplets on the lens right now. We still have a few light showers going through Ponce Inlet, and we'll take it a little bit closer into Volusia County. Not a ton showing up on radar. We did have a few showers sliding through a little bit ago, but you can kind of see them on the lens at least remaining there. But the steady stuff at least has kind of winding down in Volusia County. Just a few stray showers hanging off of Marineland, Palm Coast, Flagler Beach right now. The steadiest stuff, relatively speaking, just a few downpours around Oak Ridge, Dr. Phillips, right around the airport, Conway, or downtown Orlando, a few stray showers, Pine Hills. We have the rain as well. That's going to continue to push off to the south and east. I'll put the play button back on, and that's where those showers are moving from, just kind of meandering around Central Florida this evening. Few more showers closer to the spaceport, Satellite Beach. We're dry right now, other than some areas of mist that really don't show up on the radar. Deer Creek and Holopaw, we have a few showers sliding through. Everything relatively light. Again, not going to help the dry situation that we've gotten ourselves into, but nonetheless, we'll take it this evening. How's it going, Sheila? Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the live broadcast tonight. Spencer says, say hi to Matt and Ginger, and no more freezing temperatures. I can't promise to no more freezing temperatures, and I think we're going to have a really good opportunity for that to happen. Unfortunately, once we get on the back half of the 7-day forecast, if you stick with me for a little bit, I will show you what I'm talking about. This is now a live look in McIntosh. This is going to be in, whoops, skip through my scene. This is going to be in northern Marion County. And we have some of that cooler air already starting to settle in. The further north you are, North Florida, I mean, we're talking about temperatures in the mid 40s all day in Jacksonville. We're at 46. We get really pinpointy on our Weather Stem network of cameras. We got it down to a tenth of a degree, 46.4 degrees to be exact in McIntosh. The breeze out of the northeast tonight at about 2 miles an hour, wind gusts at 5. The pressure is holding steady tonight, so it's not going up, not going down. We're likely going to see that rise over the next few days as high pressure builds in behind the front. And this is what I'm talking about. Really, really big divide here in temperatures where it's still near 70 in Mico, 70 in Melbourne and West Melbourne. These are actual current temperatures right now. And we have 40s in Gainesville, 48 right now in Ocala, 49 in Denellen. So that's some of that colder air that is trying to spill down the Florida Peninsula as the system that is bringing us the warmer air today is in the showers are now going to go on the flip side and bring us some of the cooler air. So this is a crazy graphic right here, and this kind of highlights what's going on. So along the Space Coast tonight, we're talking about air temperatures about 20 degrees warmer than what we had 24 hours ago. Where we have the front kind of passing through now, it's the same as it was last night. That's in Claremont, in Wildwood, in Leesburg, the Villages. And then on the other side of the front, on the colder side of the front, that's where we have temperatures a little bit cooler. Nothing too crazy, not a drastic drop just yet, but that's where we have the colder air starting to slide on through and slip right on down the Florida Peninsula. So that's where you have the colder changes building in. And it's all because of this right here. That cold front that's really slicing through. You can see the divide in temperatures. Again, that area of low pressure that you see just hanging off of the east coast of Florida on the Atlantic side, that's what helped to bring us the showers. And we were on the warm front a few hours ago. So that helped temperatures get back to near 70 around Orlando. It never really pushed, as expected, never really pushed far enough north to get us the warmth in Marion County and in Flagler County. So that's why we kind of stayed really gray and just kind of ugly and raw today. But now that front is being forced back down, and that is why you see in Atlanta, in Myrtle Beach, in Jacksonville, in Pensacola, in the 40s. It's really cold in Nashville right now. It is below the freezing mark at this hour. I want to show you the future radar. I showed you some of the actual stuff that's going on right now. And again, if you're just tuning in, post in the comments where you're tuning in from this evening. Future radar, again, taking all the rain out of here overnight. I think by 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, when you're hanging out with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos on News 6, a few showers may be lingering, mainly south of Kissimmee and St. Cloud and Point Siena. We may have a few lingering showers into Palm Bay, Melbourne, West Melbourne, Mico, Grand Valcaria, Yeehaw Junction, in that area. That they will be light, they will be few and far between, but we all know it. Add a little bit of rain to the morning commute, and things get a little dicey. So please be careful out there. You'll also notice 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, we're going to be locked in the clouds to start. I do think we will have a clearing trend underway through the course of the day, and that's kind of displayed right here. So here is lunchtime, maybe in Apopka, in Zellwood, in Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Lakeland, Point South. We're still going to have more clouds than sun, but then watch what happens through the afternoon. Those clouds go away, some drier air eats those clouds, and we will see the sunshine break free once again through the afternoon before it sets, and then we'll keep clear skies, and then that will allow temperatures to fall a little bit more as we get in tomorrow night. So there's those thinner clouds trying to push through later in the day on Wednesday. We're going to take a short break coming up in about 30 seconds or so, but just wanted to leave you with a little bit of an appetizer here in case you needed to go. Hour by hour forecast starting tomorrow. So again, it's going to be cool, not frigid just yet. 40s and 50s to start. By 9 o'clock, we're back into the mid 50s. We're at 57 by 11, 61 degrees by 1 o'clock. Cloudy start, a little more sunshine trying to break free into your afternoon. Then we get clearer skies to the evening, and then that's when we really start to see some of that colder air from this front that's crossing through really start to settle in. All right, we are going to take a short break. I'm going to look at some of the comments while we wait. I'm going to give you a kind of a national look here. You're going to see the colder air that's bottled up in the north right now. That's coming this way. We'll give you a national radar loop as well. And again, post in the comments if you have any questions, whether you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, please post them in there, and I will start to answer those on the other side of this very short 2-minute break. I'll catch you in exactly 2 minutes. We are back. It would help if I unmute the microphone. We're back on YouTube, Facebook, and on New 6 Plus. Scattered showers out there right now. Nothing too terribly heavy. We were just talking about that going forward. The second half of this is going to be really talking about the weather beyond the 7-day forecast, and I'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up in just 1 second. Sheila hit the nail on the head here. More migraine weather to come. There will be a little bit of fog tomorrow morning, Spencer. It's nothing too crazy. The visibility is at about 5 to 7 miles, so I don't think it's that thick stuff. It's more like what you see going on above my head right now in Lockhart. That is from Orange Fire 40, if you're familiar with that is from. That's our weather stem camera chilling right now in Lockhart. So keep that in mind that we have just a few showers around, but it's going to look more like that than it is that dense stuff that we had a couple of weeks ago. So be on the lookout for a little bit of fog. I don't think anything too terribly crazy. So there are those showers sliding through now. We're going to pinpoint where these are headed a little later at 11 o'clock tonight. But there are those showers sliding on through. Everything light. Again, unfortunately, it's really not going to help. We're not in a drought per se, but it has been really dry. My lawn is crunchy. I'm sure many lawns around Central Florida, unless you have been watering, are on the crunchy side as well. This is a live look at Maitland. So when I said that we're going hyperlocal, we are going hyperlocal. I want to just make sure that we touch on as many areas in Central Florida as possible. Now, every night, I can't get to every single town across Central Florida, but I'm going to try my best again to make sure that we are hitting a bunch of stuff for you guys. So just bear with me here. In Maitland, this is what we were talking about with that front coming through. We checked McIntosh. It was in the mid-40s. It's still near 60 degrees in Maitland. The wind out of the north-northwest at about 10 to 15 miles an hour right now, gusting to also about 12 miles an hour. We're keeping those mostly cloudy skies. You can clearly see the raindrops in Maitland right here. So Spencer asks a good question. What does he mean? What do I mean when I'm saying when we say 20 miles an hour, but gusting more? So that is sustained. So that's measured over sustained wind over a couple minute period. Whenever you have a gust, it is something that'll go 20 miles per hour sustained for a while, and then you get a gust that is stronger. So that's the difference between sustained and gusts. On a tropical front, when you're talking about tropical storm force winds, that is wind sustained of over 39 miles an hour. So just some perspective there. Again, gusts are higher than that. So a live look in Maitland tonight as temperatures will begin to fall depending upon where you're at. So rain chance is still staying pretty high, at least for the next couple of hours. I do think, though, that most of the rain that has been around is gone. Just a few downpours still lingering as we showed you there on radar, but you'll see the difference in temperature again as that colder air starts to come down the Florida Peninsula tonight. We're at 45 in Ocala, 42 in Gainesville, so that's where the cold air really starts to arrive again. We're at 57, though, when you wake up tomorrow morning in Titusville. A few showers lingering in Mico and in Yeehaw Junction tomorrow. We'll be hanging around 60 to start your day. The average low temperature is 49, so we're going to be above the average low temperature, albeit I might feel on the cooler side. Still, though, as we get into the next couple of days, as you'll see, it is going to turn much, much colder. Highs tomorrow, back in the low 60s, so that's putting us about 10 degrees below our average low temperature of 72 degrees. We're keeping that mostly cloudy sky. Rain chances at 0% tomorrow afternoon. That's for the afternoon. Again, we could wake up to a few stray showers south of Holopah, south of Melbourne tomorrow. We're going to keep those overcast skies at first, and then we will get in on a little more sunshine coming through. So now your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. There's a lot going on this 7-day forecast. So we're going to start with the first few days. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back to around 60. We're going to start tomorrow again in the 40s and 50s. Now, it's Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. That is when we get back into the little bit of a chill. So we're going to start things off on Wednesday morning in the 30s and 40s. Same deal again on Thursday morning, where we struggle to get our high temperatures out of the 50s. On Friday, a little bit colder, at least in the morning. 30s and 40s again. So a few days of that chilly stuff. And then we start to warm things up Friday afternoon a little bit. We're in the mid 60s on Friday. Look at Saturday. That is going to be your best day in a while and best day of the weekend, because on Sunday we start to introduce rain chances back in. We're going to start things off nice and crisp, nice and comfortable. Mid 70s, though, for afternoon high temperatures. Our next system, though, and it's another cold front, this could be a big one, gets back into the mid 70s. As that front comes through, we'll also see rain chances start to go on the increase again later in the day on Sunday. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to make plans for the weekend, giving you an early look, that is when we're going to have those rain chances start to go higher on the second half of the weekend. Wet season doesn't start until late May and then really into June, Spencer. Okay, so this is going beyond the 7-day forecast now. This could be ugly if you don't like the cold. So you see that big blue blob kind of covering up most of the southeast corner of the United States. This is going to be from January 21st through January 27th. So this is the temperature outlook now. The darker the blue, the higher the probability for below average temperatures. And you see that is pretty much maxed out on the scale. And for most of the South, really most of the United States, and that does include Florida. Now, the probability not as high for Central and South Florida. It looks really, really cold though. And really, I think once the Climate Prediction Center who issues these probabilistic outlooks here that are beyond the 7-day forecast, we will see that I think turn a little darker for Florida because I think our coldest stuff really arrives into that 21st, 22nd range unless it gets hung up a little bit. And we'll kind of end things on this note. And this goes through the 7-day forecast and beyond. So this is going to be Sunday, January 19th. So I mentioned that we were talking about temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. So we're going to go to our telestration here. We're going to pick the dabber up at the top of your screen, and we're going to be running about 10 degrees above normal here in Central Florida. So there's going to be an opportunity. We showed you there that the average high temperature this time of the year is in the low 70s. It is in the lower 70s, or the highs, I should say, the forecasts are in the mid to upper 70s. I would not be surprised if we're pushing 80 degrees, though, especially on Sunday, even with the extra clouds and with the rain coming through. As we take this out further, notice this big purple monstrosity of a color that is really coming through the Rockies and points east. This is our giant Arctic blast that arrives really through most of the country. This is going to make national headlines for sure with the chill that is going to settle in. This is on the 20th. We're still hanging tight right around where we should be for this time of the year. You see 0 degrees. And again, that is on a temperature. I want to make sure everybody knows that if you're just looking at this without the sound on or anything, or just kind of not paying attention or doing some laundry or whatever, or getting the kids ready for bed and not paying too close attention. When you see 0 degrees here, this is going to be the anomaly. So perspective again, our average high temperature is 72. Our average low temperature is in the mid 50s. So that's going to be pretty much an average day on Monday, January 20th. And we took a look at that. We saw that on the 7-day forecast with air temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, so a touch cooler than normal. And then all that stuff. So the core of this cold air, and I mean, look at that through Ohio. We're talking 30-ish, maybe even colder, 30 to 40 degrees below average in the north. That's going to be on Tuesday, the 21st, and then we'll take that to the 22nd. And then that's, again, really where we get things much, much colder than where we should be for this time of the year. So, again, anywhere from maybe about 20 degrees below normal as we get. So that'll put temperatures, again, in the 50s, and then low temperatures in air temperatures, again, below 20 degrees below normal. So again, that'll be maybe in the mid to upper 30s again. So we have that kind of cold coming right back into Central Florida after a very short-lived break. Again, I'll show you that 7-day forecast one more time. Here's the break. Air temperatures over the weekend. And again, we're already looking at the weekend. It's Monday. We're looking ahead. Mid to upper 70s for your Saturday and Sunday. Rain chances go up to 30% on Sunday. So again, if you're planning a day to get outside, Saturday's your day in Central Florida. Mid to upper 70s, rain chances look pretty low with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Alrighty, guys. Hey, I want to thank you tuning in. This is kind of the inaugural 10 p.m. weathercast, if you will, where I want to try to bring you a hyper-local look at the weather. Bounce around from community to community into your neighborhood, show you live cameras where we have that capability to. And again, we've been showing you live cameras from Haw Creek and Flagler County, Ponce Inlet in Volusia County, and Lockhart this evening, where we have some wet lenses or some water droplets on those lenses out there. Because we have a few of those showers coming through. Would love if you guys are staying awake tonight to tune in at 11 o'clock. We are going to go through the forecast once again tonight, show you some different things, show you some different camera looks again as we are waiting for this bigger front again to pass and potentially for extra cold to come back through. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. You can expect this every every weeknight at about 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. Not about, it's going to start at 10 p.m. sharp, and we're going to roll for about 20 to 30 minutes right on through. Take a couple of short breaks and just bring you, hopefully you find it good weather content, good weather information, so that you can plan your day and plan your week ahead. But thank you guys a ton for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, give this a thumbs up. It helps that algorithm. It helps YouTube push this out to more people. And I want to make it known too, if you're just hanging out in bed and want to watch this as well, and you're watching on Facebook, we have on New 6 Plus, it is the free smart TV app. If you have Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, any of those TVs or smart TVs or those little apps, Fire TV, got the remote right here. I got it on in the background. But nonetheless, download that. It is a free download. You have a bunch of weather content. You can also see weather-wise. So you'll see the show tomorrow at 7 a.m. on News 6 Plus. It's a little bit of a different kind of weather content, weather flavor. So that's going to be back at 7 o'clock. You're also going to get that hyper-local look if you're getting ready to head out the door. So that's going to be another alternative right after the morning show. So download New 6 Plus again. It is free. There's a lot of cool stuff on there when there are launches. And I know we keep seeing the Blue Origin launch get scrubbed, weather, technical stuff, rocket science. You can watch all of those rocket launches live, and we have a bunch of other live content on there as well, a bunch of other on-demand content, all of our podcasts and stuff. I can go on and on. It's a great app. We've got loops in the tropics. If you like to track the tropics in real time, we have all of those kind of loops on there that you can get all of that detailed weather information as well. So that'll be a story for another time that hopefully we don't have to talk about for a very, very long time on the tropics. But I just wanted to make you guys aware that New 6 Plus is out there. So if you're in the greater Central Florida area, even if you're in any part of the state of Florida and you're tuning in, it's a great app. Please download that. It is free. Alrighty, guys, I have to go get ready for the 11 o'clock news. Join me, Matt Ginger, and Ryan Welch tonight. We're going to have everything, the news, sports, and of course, weather covered again. I will see you in 30 minutes just about at 11 o'clock on News 6. We'll see you then.